Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
The Into the Lab podcast is live from San Antonio, Texas. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go. We got a special one today. We're talking football and basketball, and we probably have some guys waiting to see the draft order of what's going to be happening tonight in the Ples League. Very excited. Fantasy Football Ples in the house. I see you guys commenting, talking shit already. That's what it's all about. I'm your host, Ernest Silva, at Into the Lab Pod is where you're watching this on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. And, of course, I'm joined by the many faces on your screen. A couple you haven't seen in a while, but we'll introduce them right now. Don't forget that this is powered by the Mothership Blue Collar Media Group. That's right. Hashtag Better Together. That is where you can join BCMG today. Just talk to one of us, get your voice heard. A couple of guys in the Ples League already. I'm thinking about starting the segment. Two grumpy old men between Reg and Chris. We'll talk about that later. But, of course, I'm your host, Ernest Silva. You can follow us on any of our platforms. And get ready, guys, because I am finally joined back in at a new start time at 7:15 with the General. That's right, Steve Reisner joining and back in action. What's going on, my man?
Well, I mean, you changed the start time just for me, so I guess I had to come on. Just another day, man. Glad to be back.
I think everybody's just glad to see you alive, Steve. I mean, after the NBA Finals, we hadn't heard from you. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm actually doing great. My team was in Game 6 of the NBA Finals with two All-Stars locked up under the age of 25, as well as the Defensive Player of the Year locked up for several years. Oh, and they're currently the favorites to win the title next year. So, yeah, pretty happy.
You have $17 million to use at your disposal. Let's not forget that TPE. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's probably not getting used.
We shall see.
Right.
We shall see. The man who calls himself the GOAT of ITL also is gracing us with his presence, wearing the wrong cap in the MLB. Kenny Cotterill, what's going on, bro?
I mean, I call myself that because it's obvious. But yes, Ernest, thank you for having me. It's a great summer day. Just thinking about
you are the greatest technical foul I've ever met, Kenny.
It's great to see the Celtics lock up that core that came up short, and I can't wait for them to come up short for many years to come. It's great to see Andrew finally back. I thought that he died. We live in the same province. Haven't heard from the guy. So, it's great to hear from him. And Ernest, it's always great to see you. But, you need a co-host. That's why I'm here.
Kenny came out guns a-blazing for this episode. Welcome back, Kenny. And we're definitely going to talk some hoops in a bit after we get through the football segments. But he beat us to it, right? Spoilers. The man is back. He's been leading ringside for a while now, but that's right. He's joining us back on ITL, the sports scientist you've been missing on those milk cartons. Andrew Conn Sutton at the Boomtown Pod. What's up, brother?
You can put down the milk cartons, the ads. I'm here. I'm finally back. Feels good, Ernest. Missed you guys a ton. Just been so busy with everything else that's been going on. Shout out to Kenny. Hey, thanks for reaching out every time, buddy. We live in the same province, but he never fails to text me ever. So, I mean, we were roommates once, but I feel like that's a long lost brotherhood ago. Love you. Anyways, let's go. Let's fire it up. I'm excited, guys. Let's go.
Awesome. And making a late arrival, but trust me, we had your banner ready. That's right. Luke is back. Just Luke. What's up, man?
Am I in here? I mean, I'm supporting you in Canada.
Let's go.
Yo.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Even have that shirt.
God damn, I love it.
I had to. I mean, come on.
Do you have a Boston
now my
shirt?
ringtone, so I mean,
we're going to see that boy in Canada in September. Rumors are flying.
Rumors are circulating.
Shirt, Luke?
I do not have a Boston shirt because
why do you need a Canada?
I would have been disowned by my family.
Ouch.
Likewise, if I had a Steelers jersey, my
Exactly.
father would have just.
All
I don't
right,
even
guys.
think he told me. He might have just stabbed me.
We are starting off with fantasy football. We're going to talk some news headlines for the NFL, but start off with the guys that are here chiming in right from the beginning. That's right. Fantasy Football Ples is here. They are looking to see what their draft order is going to be to start off this season. I am in this league. I don't usually win this league, so I'm glad to see them supporting. But we have been great sponsors and fans of this draft. So let's get to it. We have it queued up. And so what we're going to do, it is entering the 16th year of its existence. So for the 16th year, we are going to randomize this draft order 16 times to get the final draft order for the Fantasy Football League. All right. So let's queue up that randomizer. I think the names are plugged in already. So let's jump over to that. And then we will start to see what that's going to be. So, all right, here we go. We have the names put in. We are going to start this off with our first one, and we're going to go first 5 and then take a pause. All right, here we go. First draft order. Reg would have been the number 1 pick, but he is not going to get it this year. Or maybe he will. Who knows? Let's run it back twice. Oh, that sucks. I hate this thing. All right, let's run back. Oh, there we go.
So 15 times you say.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to stop that one. We're going to go to a different one real quick. While we do that and we cover that, let me set up one that does reoccurring real quick. Kenny, we'll start off with you on this topic. Baker Mayfield gets traded to Carolina. They're playing week 1. Why don't you start us off with the big headline coming out of Cleveland and Carolina?
Oh my God, Carolina's going to win 7 games instead of 5 this year. I'm super stoked for the Panthers. They clearly got their top 18 quarterback in the NFL, which clearly means that they're in win now mode. No, I mean, Baker gets an opportunity. I still don't think he's very good. A lot of people keep telling me otherwise. I think he's pretty average. So I think he's fits right in with the rest of the crew there in Carolina of pretty average. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, they do get to play week 1, which I think is super intriguing, probably why he wants to go there. But Andrew, is he even going to start?
So Casey Keenum versus Baker Mayfield, because we know Deshaun Watson isn't playing a single snap of football this year. So
that's right.
I mean, realistically, I get why the Panthers did it. He's a play action pass kind of guy. He's got some protection with if McCaffrey's healthy. McCaffrey's pretty decent at blocking. I mean, the big if there is McCaffrey is healthy, they are going to. I think they'll win 9 games. They could win 10. I mean, I think I agree with Kenny. I might see them as a 7-win team. They could be that, but honestly, they've got some weapons. Baker can, he's not bad. He's not great, but he doesn't have to be. They got some decent weapons on that offense. So, I mean, I would like to see Baker get at least 10 wins this year. 10's the ceiling, I think, for Carolina. If they go past that, they could make noise. But again, it all relies on one guy, Christian McCaffrey.
Completely agree. Hubbard in all leagues is the way I see it. Steve, do you care about this trade?
I mean, not really. It doesn't affect either team that much. It just really shows how bad both teams have completely botched their assets. I'll actually start with Carolina since the Cam Newton situation. Since they cut Cam Newton to then, I forget who they even had before they got Sam Darnold. Yes, they had PJ Walker from the XFL, and then they traded for Sam Darnold last year. And then in this draft, just traded up to get a guy. And then apparently after that even decided, all right, Sam Darnold's not good enough, and traded more assets to get Baker Mayfield. Meanwhile, the Browns are going to pay $10.5 million of Baker Mayfield's salary this year.
That's nuts.
They've guaranteed Deshaun Watson $230 million. That guy's probably shouldn't play. And probably not playing for at least this season. So, yeah, nice job, Cleveland. Doing good there.
Like,
I just
It was
feel
a
bad
real
for all those
PR
wasted
move getting
money on those
Deshaun
commercials.
Watson.
are we writing the ship on Sam Darnold now? Like, I know that he had a rough year, and I would say that the McCaffrey injury very early on probably doesn't help him a ton because they were 3-0 to start the year. Let's not forget that when they were healthy, they started the year 3-0. Are we writing Sam Darnold off too quickly? I think he's a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield.
I don't think we're writing him off too quickly. When you've got that defense, when you've got weapons, like CMC's out, but you still have DJ Moore, and like the amount of times that he like completely, like if you're having to split snaps with Cam Newton because they have such little faith in you, like I think that's,
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
like, because then you have to ask the question, well, is Cam Newton done? And I think we all think Cam Newton's done. It's just the fact that Darnold's younger, but
Right.
Baker's a better QB than Darnold right now. Like I don't even think it's that close.
Well, I'll say this to end this segment. Obviously, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. All those commercials with Mayfield saying it was his house is no longer in Cleveland. They're going to have to redo all of that. All right,
Right.
first-
Coach, we're not saying that Cleveland's going to bench Watson. We're saying that the NFL is going to bench him.
Isn't
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett going to be the one starting week
not-
one for them?
You will be.
So yeah, I'm not watching this game. I'm
Not
not
watching
watching Baker Mayfield versus Jacoby Brissett, and it's pretty sad that we didn't get to hear from Luke, who like has a team in the same division as Cleveland.
Dude, I'm absolutely
I just
watching
thought I was
Jacoby
doing
Brissett
respect
versus
not talking
Baker.
about Cleveland with Luke. But Luke, if you want to chime in,
I want to hear him trash Cleveland.
How fucking clown moves of clown moves did we get today? Not only did you trade your guy, now you have to go with Jacoby Brissett out there throwing the ball to
Jacoby.
40-year-old
I'm officially calling him Jacoby.
Now you got to throw the ball to 40-year-old Amari Cooper out there.
hey, whoa!
You don't pay Nick Chubb. You don't pay Kareem Hunt. I mean, what are you doing up there? You have to pay a guy to play against you $10.5 million, and then if you're Carolina, you trade assets to a team to get a quarterback. Then you go out who needs a new contract. Then you go out and trade more assets for a quarterback that needs a new contract. I mean, I'm not a GM, but what in the pencil fucking bullshit are you pulling today, Carolina and the Cleveland Clowns? Because Jacoby Brissett, you're about to march him out there week one.
I'm going to say this right now. It'll be Jacoby Brissett the rest of his career, first off.
Absolutely.
Second off, no slander on Amari Cooper. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
No, slander the crap out of him. Who
Absolutely.
cares?
I'm just saying it's going to take Baker Mayfield's going to hand the ball to CMC off to the left side. CMC's going to pull his hamstring, be done for the year, and he's going to blow out his shoulder handing him the ball.
Right.
The nice part about Jacoby being there is that I don't have to even contemplate drafting Amari Cooper, so I can not know whether he's going to get 10 yards or 210.
Right. You can
That
burn
makes
it.
sense.
Super
You can burn
excited about that.
Yeah, that's true. We can just
1,000
take
yard
Amari.
season with 3 200-yard games.
So it's a fact.
Like Amari
the
has
Clowns
to
are the
be like
Clowns.
4th, 5th rounder now, right?
He's definitely on my bench.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
even-
no way
I'm
that
not-
I'm
I
starting
don't
him.
even know.
For everybody in the Ples league, he's absolutely number 1 on my board. You guys should definitely take him.
Yeah,
First round.
He's gonna have a
number one
Cooper
talk.
Cup type year.
Absolutely. That's a sleeper. That's
Don't
definitely a sleeper.
slander Cooper.
All right,
Cup like
we got
that.
16 randoms. We are definitely going to run this right now. I tested it. It
Is my
works.
name on there?
No, it's not. Absolutely not. That's not the same league. All right,
Oh,
here we go.
Oh.
16 years this league has been going on. We are going to run this 5 times, and the last one is it. Good luck to all y'all. We'll see who is at the 5, 10, and 15 mark before we get the real order. Here we go. For our first one, comes out to be stickers on top, then Gil, then Derek, Gil again. Gil's got 2.
Gil again.
Borak would be at the 5 mark. Borak would be
Gil, you're
number
fucked
1.
on this one, buddy.
And Fosh would be last. The 11-12 spot's not too bad here. I like that 11 spot. Let's go 6 through 10. 6. Gil again. Jeez. 7.
Again.
Gil
He's
again.
fucked now,
There,
Gil.
that's a good one. We should just stop at 7. 8, 9, and 10. Bob's would be 10. We know in this league, guys. It's funny. We have we call it the Bob's Award. I don't even know. Did that switch to the red? Whatever it is, it's the worst place. It's absolutely hilarious. But Bob's hates it. Let's move on. Number 11. Borak with another number 1. 12. Christian getting his first knot. 13. Ah, man, that's really bad luck.
That
14. All right, 15. The moment. Oh no! That is the
Disaster.
worst. We're looking for a repeat here. Here's number 16. Good luck to all of y'all. Number 16, the official draft order happening in Vegas. That is August 26 in Vegas. Here we go. 16th year. Derek gets the number 1 overall pick. Fosh at 2. I am at 3. Stickers at 10. Christian at 11 and Gil at 12. The middle don't like where they're at. The official draft order is upon us here, guys. Congratulations to Derek and Gil. I think those are the best 2 spots. So congratulations to y'all and everybody else in between. Let's see what the reactions are with this draft order. What do we got going on in the comments, Steph?
It doesn't matter what the pick.
Fosh was the winner last year. I think I lost. I either got 3rd place or 2nd. I don't remember what I got in this league. What a waste of a first pick, Derek. I'll tell you what.
He ain't kidding though. I don't know who to draft first overall.
The funniest thing is we were in a draft.
Jonathan Taylor and don't look
years
back.
ago. A few years ago, we were in a draft, and Derek chose. Who did Derek choose? Somebody from the Jaguars back then. And we were like, "Who is that?" And we had no idea. It ended up being
Probably Denard Robinson.
no, it was a receiver.
Oh, Christian Kirk is getting paid like 60.
Yeah, there's a guy named Christian Kirk.
Oh my
Did
god!
you guys know?
Christian
And I don't
Kirk
know if you've
contract.
talked about this on this show ever, but Christian Kirk got paid 4 years, $72 million to catch footballs.
Oh,
I don't know if you knew that.
we got the reference out early. You're welcome.
Oh, I'm gonna drop it at least 4 more times.
Congratulations, Derek, for getting the number 1 overall pick. And you will be in Vegas, so excited to be sharing that over there.
And
Thank you
congrats
guys
to
for tuning
Christian
in.
Kirk.
Stick around. We're going to talk some football right now. We're going to talk about our top 5 PPR quarterback wish list. Nothing set in stone, wish list being the key term there. Let's talk about one more headline that's near and dear in the NFC East. That's right. Terry McLaurin signs a 3-year extension. I don't know if anybody else really wanted him, but Andrew, you like it. So talk to us. What do you think about this?
What's not there to like about Scary Terry? He's a fucking monster. I mean, last year was the first year that he's been a little bit injury riddled, and it hampered him quite a bit, I think. But honestly, for the Commanders, this is their guy. This is your wide receiver 1. So I mean, I'm happy to see him get the extension. He didn't get near as much money as I think most people would have predicted him, or even term. I think 3 years is a slap in the face for McLaurin, who's been a stud for 3 straight years now. So, I mean, for the NFC East, he's perfect in that division. He's perfect for the Commanders. He's the guy that they wanted. They drafted. They got him. So I like the signing.
I love it, especially if it can be something that's fruitful with the new quarterback situation. Ken, you laughed, right, at the Terry McLaurin signing. What are your thoughts?
Who?
You?
Oh, so I don't know if you know this, but Terry McLaurin got paid $1 million less than what Christian Kirk made with his 4-year, $72 million deal. But he did it in 3 years, so at least if you're going to overpay for a receiver, then it's one that's actually produced in the past. Now, this is still so stupid to be playing wide receivers $24 million, and I get it, the market has changed, but we just talked about the fact that he's been injured. You still don't know if you have a quarterback because you have Carson Wentz. And now you've locked in Terry McLaurin. So, I don't know. I don't love paying receivers that kind of money. I think we're going to start to see it kind of how running backs went. I think we're going to start to see it. And it's going to hurt because A.J. Brown's injury riddled, and he's not going to be able to live up to the 4 years. And you got to have some concerns about Terry, too, not being able to live up to it. And that is a lot of money to pay a wide receiver.
Who else do they pay, though? They don't have anybody else.
Why pay anyone then? like
Because-
why would you hamstring
because
yourself with this when you don't have a quarterback yet?
Terry is better than Christian Kirk.
Well,
There's
yeah,
no
obviously.
freaking doubt about
it's
it.
funny to reference Christian Kirk.
I get it. And I totally
I
get
don't
it.
think that anyone's debating who's better.
I'm going contract purposes. I mean, you're getting a guy who's 10 times the wide receiver that we have just mentioned for that amount of money. I think is a steal. Terry McLaurin's a 2-time Pro Bowler.
$23 million is a lot, though, when you don't know if you have a quarterback.
But that's not on him. He's done his job.
I know, but injury once again has to play a factor into this. If
Yeah, I get
injuries
it.
don't just go away in the NFL. Like, it's not like the NBA where a guy can like tear his ACL and then he comes back better than ever. Like, I think that injuries are a real thing that you have to consider when you're going to pay these guys. Like, if you want to pay him $20 million even, okay, fair enough. He still gets paid more than Christian Kirk, but I don't know.
True.
Hey, I knocked off 3 times saying Christian Kirk in that one.
Love
section.
it. Love it.
I mean,
I'm trying to get
Beetlejuice
that
might
shit
fucking
out
show up
now.
now.
Beetlejuice.
Get that shit out
Yeah.
now.
So, Kenny, how do you feel about Christian Kirk?
Oh my
You know what?
gosh.
Honestly, I haven't looked at his ADP value yet in fantasy. However, if we're basing it based off contract, then he's got to be up there in the top 12 wide receivers, right? So therefore, his production should be there too.
One would think.
All right, we still have Julio Jones
Just
out
as a
there on
reference,
the waiver
Christian
wire.
Kirk
Don't
on
forget
Sleeper
that.
right now is ranked 110th overall. 110th.
Oh,
Overall or of wide receivers?
You know what?
Overall, just as a reference point, these are some wide receivers that are in front of him and also behind him. Chase
Riley
Claypool-
Cooper.
Robert Woods is ahead of him, coming off like an ACL tear.
Completely shattered his knee, but okay.
Chase
Yeah,
Claypool,
destroyed.
who was garbage last
Who
year.
literally had the worst season ever.
Rookie in Green Bay, Watson. Rookie in KC, Moore is just behind him, and Alan Lazard is just behind.
Oh my
What,
God.
the GOAT?
Christian
The
Kirk.
GOAT of
Oh,
Green
the
Bay?
GOAT.
Alan Lazard?
Ouch.
Alan Lazard is barely behind.
Good God.
This takes us to our fantasy football wish list of the night. That is right.
I guess I don't want to talk about the wide receivers. I mean, fuck me, I guess. All right,
Luke,
cool.
Luke, do you have an opinion on Terry McLaurin?
The Commoders are terrible.
Yeah.
That's
Commoders.
all they're getting. They're the Commoders, not the Commanders.
They're the Washington commuters.
What the fuck happens if
Flush
Dan
the
Snyder gets
toilet.
arrested, by the way?
Commoders. Just have a big picture of a toilet.
That's all it is. That's all it is. The Commoders. Prove me otherwise.
Have a bunch of toilets on wheels on the football field.
Absolutely. Oh,
Their
but,
mascot's just a walking toilet.
Well, I'm just saying, if they do that, though, the shitters might explode again for the upkeep fucking time in that stadium.
Did the Browns play the Commoders this year? Because I absolutely want to watch that game.
What, the Bourbon Bowl? Yeah. Bobby Boucher is the only way I'd watch that game. Tell you that right the fuck now.
All right. I asked you guys to put together your top 5 quarterback wish list for
You did not,
the 2022 season.
You did not. Though.
All right, Luke, you get to choose your top 5 quarterbacks. You have 5 quarterbacks you're going to pick for 2022. That's going to finish 1 through 5, parlay it any which way. What are those 5 quarterbacks going to be? We're going to start with Steve because Steve definitely had time to think about this.
Mac Jones.
Did not think about it at all, and you got to start with somebody else.
All right, then we're going with Andrew. Andrew's up.
So my top 5 this year goes a little something like this. At number 1, Joe Shiesty. I love what he pulled off last year. I stole him in a couple of rounds. Joe Burrow's the man. Number 2, this might shock some people. I'm going to go with Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, my God.
Wait,
Oh
wait,
my
what?
God.
What
Yeah.
are we doing?
Wait, what?
What are we
Listen.
doing?
Listen,
What?
Am I
Tyreek
being
Hill,
punked?
Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. Touchdown monster, touchdown monster, touchdown monster. He's got
TJ?
3 guys in the red zone. If you're going purely based on
Stop.
fantasy points alone,
Stop it, Rise.
fantasy points alone,
Stop it.
remember, he could throw you 200 yards and throw you 4 TDs. Doesn't fucking matter. That's still 28 points. I'm going slowly based off of fact, not in-game play. I'm talking red zone presence. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. That's fucking pretty good. All right?
Get red zone.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen.
Just let him finish.
For the fantasy football group still watching, Tua is who he said. Tua.
Josh Allen.
Let him finish.
Josh Allen 3. I got Patrick Mahomes. I think they're going to have a little bit of a weird year at number 4. Just with losing Tyreek, it's going to be Kelsey based. I'm going fucking Tom Brady number 5.
Tom Brady at 5.
Why not?
Rogers didn't even make your list. Eric from afar was on vacation right now. Wow, he's shocked right now.
Gross.
You didn't even
Let him
say
finish.
Preston. You're a Cowboys fan.
Just let him finish, and then we could talk about it.
We're gonna let's get everybody's top 5 because that's Tua's definitely the most intriguing so far. Kenny, what's your top 5?
I think I just had a fucking aneurysm. So Josh Allen 1. So many weapons there. 2, I'm probably going Herbert. I think Herbert's poised for a huge year. 3, I like Kyler Murray. I know that no D-Hop for the first little while. That will hurt, but they did make some moves in the offseason, so I think his running ability really is what pushes him. The fact that he can get 50, 60 yards on the ground every game. 4, I'm probably going Joe Burrow. And then 5, I would put Mahomes. Because Mahomes, I agree with Andrew where I think without Hill, he's going to struggle. But, to me, he still finishes top 5 because I don't know what the hell that running game is. So I think he's going to have to throw a ton.
I'll make Demarcus Robinson a number 1 wide receiver out of fucking nowhere.
Well, don't forget, they did sign Juju Smith.
Yeah. I get it, but Juju,
Replacing Hill with Juju is just a steep drop off to me. And that's not a shot at Juju. That's just to me the way that Hill works with Mahomes is just so big.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Luke, I'm not going to forget you.
Are you sure?
You got 201 or 2?
No, I got Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes, A-Rod Boogie, Herbs, and then Kyler Murray at 5.
I mean, I understand the take on it. I would also put Derek Carr in that realm now because he's got Devontae. And with him and Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller, I'm going based off of fantasy purposes, right?
Okay. Well. Here's what my understanding of it was that we were going who's going to finish top 5 at the end of the year, right? It's not like you're not factoring in value of where you can draft them,
right?
Okay, so strictly based on then that's my 5.
Okay.
But I think to Andrew's point, if he is going to put Tua in there, then you also then have to do a 2 QB draft where you're going to have to draft a Stafford, a Rodgers, a Brady in case things don't go right.
And sorry, I was basing it off of that criteria as well because all the leagues I played in is a 2 QB league, so that's why I apologize.
Yeah, if you go no QB and you decide to take one in the 15th round, Tua's going to be there for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, Tua's currently behind Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun's like QB 19.
I'm just saying based off ADP. And
I know.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, let's hear it.
Fields is 1 spot behind him.
Your cousin Justin? Steve's cousin Justin. My bad.
Fantasy purposes, I can't stand them. The Bills will still probably find a way to blow a playoff game in 13 seconds.
Not even their fault, though.
Well, it's fantasy value, so playoffs don't matter. So move on to number 2.
I had to make a 13-second joke, so I had to make a 13-second joke.
I'll talk about sex life. Let me move on. Let's go.
I'll put Rodgers number 2. Even without Adams, he's still going to find a way.
He has Alan Lazard, guys. Come on.
Robert Tonyan coming back on that big contract. Not
Well,
quite
just-
big, but big contract.
Makes it work with
I
guys. He
don't
does.
Oh, there he is. Okay, nice. We did not hear you the entire
I'll
time.
put Mahomes 3. I don't think. I really don't think he has that much of a drop off in production. I'll go Justin Herbert at number 4, and I guess I'll go Burrow at number 5. I'd probably have Tua at number 20.
69.
Wait, who was number 1 for you, Steve?
I put
Josh Allen.
fuckface and
Josh Allen.
in fuckface
It
land.
was Josh Allen, Rodgers, Mahomes, Burrow, or Herbert Burrow.
Herbs,
Got it.
Burbs.
Got it.
Herbs,
Okay.
Burbs.
All right. Just watched somebody from the Memphis Grizzlies airball a free throw, so that's how summer
John
league is
Morant,
going.
or-
All right. So my top five.
Hold on, Ernest. Hold on. Hey guys, summer league's on. See, nobody cares about summer league basketball unless there's beer involved.
They'll be carrying tomorrow. They'll be carrying
Question
tomorrow.
for you: Are you trying to look like Baker Mayfield today with the headband?
Well,
Is
you
that
know,
the goal here?
I'm
Because you're doing a great
hoping-
job.
I'm hoping to get a contract so I could fly to Canada more often. You see what I'm saying?
So
Like,
you want to be a
Hulu has live
CFL
sports
quarterback?
now.
He
Hulu
could
has
probably
Cody
live
start tomorrow.
Fajardo
sports.
sucks, so
But-
you're probably fine.
Well, Hulu has live sports now, so
Great plug.
You been watching any of them Rider games?
oh, for sure.
Oh
YouTube,
boy.
yeah.
Totally.
Right. All right. Number one
What's your
overall,
list?
Josh Allen. Number two overall, Patrick Mahomes. Number three, Dak Prescott, of course. Number four,
Stop.
Lamar Jackson. Number five, Justin Herbert. That's my top five.
Lamar
Wait for it.
Jackson. Jesus.
No
lover.
Hollywood Brown. Interesting.
So also, like when you look at the board of fantasy QBs, I don't know why you're even thinking about drafting a QB in the first 8 rounds.
Correct.
Do not.
Like I have no idea why you would, because if you go strictly based off ADP, 8th round you'd have Rodgers, Stafford, Carr all sitting there. But someone's gonna reach in the 2nd round and draft Josh Allen
And the
like
domino flies.
a half a meatball. Like figure it out.
Yeah.
As in that league, the
Yeah,
Ples
get your
league,
shit
get
together.
a quarterback early. They're flying off in the 2nd round. You want to get them in rounds 1, 2, or 3.
The only reason
Yeah,
why you would
make sure
draft
you get
Josh
Jared
Allen that
Goff.
early, maybe 3rd round, is if you got Diggs. And then maybe you want to run the Diggs Allen stack, which I get, but
Didn't
even
work out
then,
well
like
for me
3rd
last year.
round QB, like you could wait another 2 rounds and get Lamar Jackson. So
Yeah, and then you go draft Jared Goff.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
All right,
that
guys.
hay.
That ends our football segment of tonight's episode. Let's take us to the intermission segment here. We have a new Stream Team video. Let's roll that and go right into hoops.
So you and I.
Yo, Jill going down the hill. Gonna go fetch Jack in his little pill. Jack feeling down and that's pretty bad. Let's go.
Oh! Yo! Clip that! Clip that headshot!
A pistol. What the Okay, that didn't count.
Woo! Let's go, baby! Clutch it up! Yeah, I like it!
What? No way. Did that precision just kill me?
Let's go! Papa with the clutch kill at the end. Let's go.
Oh, I missed. That was bad.
Got him.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to go steal their shit.
That is definitely green.
You're dumb and it's orange.
We're both wrong, red.
I could get that solo if I tried it a couple times, but we'll come back to it.
I'm fucking dick right now. Holy shit. Like, I fucking suck right now.
Yeah, I can go.
Sweet. Kenny, I like the double post on trying to cancel Ernest's show. Appreciate that. Guys, before we go into hoops, that's right. The ITL Hoopathon is August 6th in Cape Cod. 1 month from today. We're at the 30-day mark. 1 month from today. And less than a month from today, a lot of us will be joining Steve over there eating Wingstop on a Monday night. I'm excited for that and hanging out the rest of the time. All right.
That's like the only part of the trip that Ernest has like talked
I'm
to
very
me.
excited
Like,
for that.
Yeah, and then I can take a shit on Bill Belichick's front lawn.
I'm like, he's like, no, Monday we got to get Wingstop.
It's true. It's true. Well,
He doesn't
Steve,
care
I
what
don't know
else
if you want to
happens.
share the story, but when we introduced Steve to Wingstop, he brought it back home and he had his whole family eat Wingstop, and now the family eats Wingstop like every week. And so he
Well,
sends me
actually, my
pictures
dad
constantly.
my dad doesn't like Wingstop. My mom likes Wingstop. My mom likes Wingstop. It's not every week, but we do enjoy Wingstop. It's my dad not liking it that keeps us from having it more.
So if you don't know what the Hoopathon is, just keep in mind you can go and join the Hoopathon virtually or in person. Donate to the wonderful competition at the Hoopathon. We have a bunch of high school players shooting at different spots to earn money and then getting donations from people and whoever around the nation, helping them go to college and play basketball. So help support the dream of the youth going to play basketball in college by donating at the Hoopathon. And we'll show those handles later on in this month. We have an awesome promo being made, courtesy of a couple people at BCMG. We'll roll that next week. All right. So, also breaking news: the ITL Listener League is officially filled. So if you try to join and it's filled, sorry, you missed it. Next year. But we'll be showcasing that draft and order towards the end of August. I believe it's August 31st. It'll be the last episode in August that we have before we switch to season 4 of ITL. That'll be the last episode of season 3. It's nuts that we're going to season 4. Excited to be starting that journey with y'all too. All right, guys. Round 2 is all about basketball. We are going to start off with the wonderful and amazing Los Angeles Lakers.
Why? Why?
Kenny, this is for you. If Kyrie went to LA, are they a Western Conference Finals lock and loaded?
I'm so sick and tired of hearing about the Lakers. Okay, so someone put out a tweet yesterday, and it was like, you know how when they someone will tweet out your roster, and they're like, "This team's sick." Somebody actually did that for the Lakers roster. And Austin Reeves was the 6th player on the list. And I'm like, this is a disaster. What are we talking about, guys? Also, apparently KD's on dark mode. So who knows what he's doing. But I don't know. If
Toronto.
The latest thing that I've heard about the Kyrie situation is they're trying to get the Spurs involved so they can get picks to the Spurs and dump Westbrook there, which I can only imagine Popovich watching Russell Westbrook try and operate an offense and not
that'd be unreal.
Mind. That would be amazing. He would retire. He would 100% Pops would be I can't do it. I've seen some stuff in my day, but I'm over it. So yeah, we still suck. I'm not gonna go through the whole we're getting Kyrie, we're gonna win the title. No, I'm just chilling.
I'm so glad you're a level-headed Lakers fan because
the Houston Rockets are my second team. We've already established this. That's who I'm watching this year. I at least I can watch a team lose that has hope moving forward.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Said no one ever.
Said Kenny on ITL on July 6th at 7:53 p.m. Central Time.
Sounds like a
53, sir.
Luke, do you care that the Lakers have this big 3 in the works?
Is their main sponsor AARP? I mean, fuck, they got the first 3 handicapped parking spaces there at the fucking Staples Center. I mean, it doesn't change anything for me. Their defense is still the worst defense ever, and adding Kyrie to it does not fix the problem at all.
Yeah, have to definitely agree. I was gonna take the side that you both have gone on, that this doesn't matter very much, so I don't even know what to say at this point. But for you, Andrew, the Lakers make this move. Actually, the next 2 topics are around the same topic, so we're just gonna keep it going. KD to Phoenix seems to be what the lock pick was going forward, but it seems that Toronto is gaining some momentum here in the later days, and KD's been quiet. There is nothing there. So, in your opinion, where should KD end up if it's not Phoenix?
Brooklyn, where he should be the entire time. I mean, I listen, KD hasn't even been a top 5 player in the last 2 years. And I get it. When he is healthy, he is an automatic bucket machine. I get it. I totally understand it. But what the Raptors have been offering, or what I have heard they have been offering to get Kevin Durant, please stay in Brooklyn. Masai, do not do this. Scotty Barnes is part of that package. Scotty Barnes is an absolute fucking stud who you can build your franchise around, who's young enough, isn't injury prone, isn't 33 years old on a bad, shitty contract. Build it around him. Build the franchise right now around FEV and Barnes. What I've been hearing the package is Scotty Barnes. I've also heard the name been floating around. A couple of first round picks. There's been 3 first round picks that have been listed. They also want Brooklyn to retain some salary, which is bananas because Brooklyn doesn't want anything. I don't think Brooklyn wants anything to do with Kevin Durant, but that's where he's going to end up because no one's going to offer what they're asking for him. It's just not going to happen. I've been hearing Devin Booker is the one piece that they want to take away from Phoenix to send over to Brooklyn. In what fucking world does that happen? In what world?
Phoenix is the only team that makes sense to get KD if he's not staying in Brooklyn. It's the only team that makes sense because their timeline is Chris Paul. That's the only reason why. Because I agree with Andrew. I agree with Andrew that I don't think KD, if he's been top 5, it's been 5. It has not been like top 3 that they've been making it out to be for the last decade. He's not been the same player. There's a lot of teams that have stars that are getting better, that are younger, that aren't injury prone. And the only reason why you would go after it if you're Phoenix is if you can have Booker staying and Paul staying. And that would mean you have to give up Bridges. You have to give up Ayton, which means your 2 best defenders are gone. You have to give up 2 or 3, if not 4 first-round picks in order to make it happen. Which, fair enough. If that is the price in order to go and win a championship in Phoenix, because that is the price. I mean, as I said, he's 5. He's not top 4. Like, we have to stop pretending. It's like saying that LeBron's top 5. LeBron's not top 5 anymore. He doesn't play defense anymore. KD hasn't played a lot of defense either. We got to stop it just because a guy has an all-time resume that he's still a top 5 player.
And that's why I've seen people saying that, Kenny, like you said, KD doesn't play a lot of defense anymore. I've seen people saying that the Celtics should trade Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and 3 first-round picks.
And that doesn't get you any closer if you're Boston. Takes you
further. We became title favorites 3 days ago. Why would we want to? I don't think if we trade the 2 of them and get Kevin Durant, I don't think we're still title favorites. Like
I
don't
think
put
the only thing that makes sense for I think what we're missing in all this is that there's a third team, right? The Rockets have been rumored in all these types of trades of being that third team to take on, some pieces and send back Brooklyn their picks. Because the whole thing about Brooklyn is that you can't tank because your pick swaps and picks belong to Houston. So you have to get back an all-star player. So you have to get back something that puts you into contention or gets you a plan because your pick is going to absolutely suck no matter what.
But if you think about it, if you are Phoenix and what you're offering is the couple picks, if you get Ayton, who, let's not forget, he's a number 1 overall pick that is a great defender and would fit in very well with that group in Bridges, we could be talking about the Nets being a very good defensive team next year and still having picks so that way they can go through and actually draft somebody because they're in a situation where they're going to have all these low draft picks so they can't get any better with their current group. And Toronto, they shouldn't be paying for this. There's zero reason to.
That's why I think that the Houston, Toronto, Brooklyn, if you really want KD in Toronto, that's why the Houston, Brooklyn, Toronto deal made so much sense because
it only makes sense if you can keep Barnes, you can keep Van Vliet, you can ditch Siakam.
For sure.
That's the only way that it works. You'd have to send Siakam, you'd have to send Trent, and you'd have to send probably 3 or 4 first-round picks, and then I don't even know if that wins you a championship.
Yeah, I don't.
Van Vliet and Barnes. I don't think that wins you a championship.
As the registered Raptor fan, I agree 1,000% with Kenny. It makes 0 sense. And I listen. I am a KD fan. I was like, the fact that the rumors were even buzzing that he was going to Toronto, I was like, awesome. And then I thought to myself, shit, didn't we do that Kawhi Leonard and he didn't re-sign with us? Right? We won a championship.
You have him for 3 years.
And let's be honest, the only reason why this asking price is so high is because the Minnesota Timberwolves are the Jacksonville Jaguars of the NBA. Because they went out and completely overpaid for Rudy Gobert with 4 first-round picks, including giving up the guy that you drafted in the first round this year to go and get a second center to pair up with Karl Anthony Towns, Russell, and Anthony Edwards. And now what's the asking price for KD? Well, not only do we want good players, because let's face it, Utah didn't get good players back. They got Patrick Beverly.
Yeesh.
So now you
got
want
bought
good
out.
players
Legend.
plus 3 or 4 first-rounders, likely 4 given the Gobert asking price.
Yeah, that just ruined the whole market at that point.
Probably
It did. Matt ruined it.
Yeah. So
I don't like Toronto making that trade. To agree with you, Andrew. I just
Walker Kessler's good.
but my part of it too. Like you said, you got a championship with Kawhi. If Toronto gives up what they'd have to give up to get Durant, is that a championship roster? Because I don't think
now,
so.
No, I'm not saying right now it is.
Well, once you sign Melo, yeah.
But if you gave up players you'd have to give up to get Kevin Durant.
Well, Trent's your sixth man.
That's what I'm saying. There's only one team that makes sense. The only team that makes sense is Phoenix if he's not staying in Brooklyn, and it's because Chris Paul's got maybe 1 good year left, but 2 at most.
Andrew, we're not saying Booker gets sent back.
No, I think there couldn't go.
I think you send Bridges, Ayton, multiple firsts.
Well, why are they giving up on Ayton? He's probably the second
because
best
they can't afford to pay both Ayton and Bridges.
Yeah, they can't afford them, and you get to send those 2 heavy contracts.
But I said that would this trade not make sense for both teams, because if you're Brooklyn, you're going to have to pay both of them.
But you need a big.
So if you're Brooklyn, you probably want to get out from under Joe Harris's contract.
Right.
So you send KD and Joe Harris, and what you get back is probably 4 firsts, Bridges, Ayton. Because then the contracts match up. So you get your picks, but that's the only way that it works, because they have to take back something salary-wise. Otherwise, they can't pay them both.
Other than the Heat, nobody else can match contracts.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I know that's another destination. We're not even go Heat route. There's so much convoluted with that, and we're not going to go that way. We already talked about it a bit. I'll just bring it on. Russ to the Spurs per source based on that Kyrie trade. Obviously, that's going to be a huge
source
thing.
Right
Legion.
You're not even going to mention the entire time we just talked about Durant that I actually had a source tell me that it's Phoenix.
Yeah. I meant to say that, Steve. I meant to go.
Yeah,
to
but
next
my
on
source, which was before Woj tweeted it, and it was my opinion, said that he was going there. So therefore, my source beats your source.
You know, going back to UT product and prodigy Kevin Durant, I do think, and I'm on this side, I do think he is a top 4 player in the league last 2 seasons. He's 4 for me.
Last year he was 5. I'll give you 4 the year prior.
Yeah, I'd say he was 5 this year.
But it's a no-brainer to me. Like, I don't have to think about it very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad we're on.
He's tail end of top 5 though. Like, we got to stop acting like getting KD is like getting prime Giannis. Like, that's not how this is.
He's not 1 through 3 for me. No, he's not Giannis. He's not Giannis. Giannis is easily 15. All right, let's talk about Bradley Beal.
So much better. It's not even close.
Bradley Beal. Yeah, and after that Disney movie, I just became a huge fan. And Bradley Beal they put a no trade clause on Bradley Beal's contract.
Who cares?
What a fuckery, man.
Who actually benefits from the no trade clause?
Not a fucking person.
They literally
Bradley
just
dumbest deal of the summer.
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal is that kid that you like pat on the head and you're like, "Good job, Bradley." Like, "Can I have a no trade clause?" "Yes, you can, Bradley." "Yes, you can." "Good job, Bradley." Like, "Okay, now go out and average 28 while we win 28 games." "Okay, thanks." That's what Bradley Beal is.
Bradley Beal is absolute
it's
fucking
such a
moron.
stupid contract. And you know what's okay? This is what pisses me off about Bradley Beal. He gave us the whole spiel of
I don't want to be here.
About winning. I care about winning. And then you know what? Fair enough. You know what? You want the bag? Fair enough. 5 years, 251 or whatever it was. Like, go hard. Like if that's what you want. But then don't sell me the I care about winning thing.
Fuck that shit.
Because you don't care, because you stayed with the Wizards. People still forget that they're not the Bullets. They're so irrelevant. So,
and
like,
who wants to go there? Like,
no one.
Obviously,
no
Bradley Beal.
Not even Kristaps Porzingis wants to go there, and he's from what, Slovenia? Like,
not even
Lithuania? Like, who
the real
cares?
thing is, not even Bradley Beal at the All-Star break wanted to be in Washington. What the actual fuckery is going on?
He wanted a Bridge truck for his birthday, and that's what he got.
I think they offered him a ton of money. And he was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll smoke legal weed."
I started to type a John Wall goes to the Clippers headline, decided to put that aside. Everybody just know John Wall's going to the Clippers. He's going to average like 9 points.
Yeah.
Let's go
9
to
minutes.
Luke's favorite topic. That's right. Summer League headlines is where we're heading. Summer League headlines. Let's roll through these. Chet Holmgren had a monster debut.
And got roasted tonight.
Looked terrible tonight.
Holy fuck, was he
record of
bad.
6 blocks in his debut. Guys, everybody's saying this was high school Chet, not college Chet. And then tonight he looked gassed. So not sure how that's going to look. Kenny, I'll start with you on this one just because we've talked about it in the past. Now, Chet did look great, but the worry for me is his endurance and his ability to perform back-to-backs. And obviously it showed. And he fell on the ground like 4 times. Everybody was like gasping, like, "Oh no, is he gonna break?" So like that for me is an issue. Like that's the huge issue what comes with Chet. How did you feel about his debut?
Get that man an oxygen mask, because the amount that OKC is going to run those brittle little legs into the fucking ground this year is staggering. Like, oh my God. We are watching a stick man just break before our
literally
eyes.
Gumby.
Like his legs look like Jenga towers out there. Like just absolute twigs. And you know what? Granted, he played well. But this is exactly what we knew Chet was coming in. We knew that he can, look at him. He dribbled and then he hit the 3. Yeah, we knew that because he did that in college. We know that he's a shot blocker. He still needs size. Like, Chet's still going to be fine. It's just why he didn't go first overall, because, yeah, there's going to be nights where you look and you're going to be like, oh my God, like this is like skinnier Rudy Gobert under the hoop, but then Karl Anthony Towns outside. And then there's going to be nights where you're going to be like, oh my God, he's Karl Anthony Towns inside and he's Rudy Gobert from 3. Like, that's just the way that his rookie year is going to go. And Summer League's just so funny because people were crowning Keegan Murray like he was going to be league MVP in 2 years. And it's like, it is the first Summer League game. Like, ease up on the expectations.
I mean,
I think. Oh, sorry, Andrew. I was just gonna say, I think Chet is a great player. Don't get me wrong. I was not a Chet believer. I know Borak that's commenting is a huge Chet fan, and I think Reg is as well. But
he's fine.
He'll be fine. Don't get me wrong. He will be A-okay. It's just a couple of concerns that I had after watching it. I was like, okay, great debut. Well, I want to see what you're about in the second game, because that's when the cardio kicks in. That's when the whole training system kicks in. And then let's not forget that he also failed to hand in his medical records, which scares me a little bit about Chet Holmgren. I don't know if he's got something going on, but honestly, watching him tonight, like, I've seen no offense, I've seen Kenny Cotterill put more on the line than Chet Holmgren did.
That's because I'm a fucking winner, Andrew. That's why. Because I put my body on the line every goddamn time, like I do on ITL every single week.
And listen, Chet will be fine. Chet will be completely okay. He needs to go strength and conditioning coaches. I think you're going to have a hard time building that boy up. He's 7 foot fuck all with 98 pounds soaking wet.
7 foot fuck all.
And he's like 98 pounds sturdy right now. Like, if you look at his legs,
and this is not a KD situation, because everyone's going to say
legs, though.
But everyone's going to say, well, KD, like, they said that he needed to put on weight, and like he only put on like 5 or 10 pounds, and he
had
was
a jump
fine.
shot.
But
Chet,
but KD is not a rim protector. Like that. Yeah. That's what you're asking Chet to be. And look at the Western Conference just of centers. Like, you have to go up against, like, imagine when he plays Minnesota. He's going to die. Like, he's going to absolutely die against the Timberwolves.
Chet Holmgren going down.
But that's fine for his rookie year. Like, we're not saying that he has to go out there and be like, freaking Kareem in year 1. But, like, this year is going to be a struggle, like it will be for most rookies. He will have to put on 25 pounds to realistically play center in the NBA. To realistically play center, he has to put on weight. There's no way moving forward.
And I mean, he's in the right organization to have that potential too. OKC so far fucking out of
I would take Chet. We've got freaking Austin Reeves in our lineup. Like, what do you mean? Like, of course people would take Chet. We're not saying that Chet's bad. Like,
here's what I'd say too, Kenny. like you said, like to play center, he has to put on weight. If Chet was going to play at the 4, if he was going to play at power forward, I'd feel a lot better about his size. But like you said,
but he's not on a team where they're going to ask him to do that.
Yeah, if they're playing him at center, that's where the size concerns me. Yeah, those.
He can't take it into the paint, so they're going to let him settle for threes all day. And that's once again, that's fine. It's his rookie year.
Like, be able to post up Rudy Gobert.
The Andrea Bargnani effect.
But
eliminate a center.
You know what? We need Chet on the Andrea Bargnani diet. Get that primo pasta in his mouth like every single day, like Bargs did.
Yeah, dude, I was just gonna say, get him on the Barkley diet.
Nikola Jovic had himself an early career game, a double-double 25-point game after struggling in a couple of games. Another sleeper pick that looks fantastic so far. Drafted late in the first round. I was watching the game I was watching the draft with Borak, where Ples Walker was commenting, and we secretly wanted him down in late first round. Didn't work out. We got Ty, which is absolute steal in itself. But guys, any early reactions to Jovic having such a great double-double game early on here in Summer League?
Strong start. I liked it.
I mean, he was a steal where he got drafted. So.
Big time.
I don't know. I had him at like 19 on my board, and he went.
He just kept falling
late first.
20s. Yeah.
I wanted him to go to Denver because Nikola Jovic and Nikola Jokic would have been the best duo.
Announcer's nightmare.
Dude, this is it's screwing me up now. When you just said Nikola Jovic early career game after slow start, I'm like, what is he talking about? The dude just won a fucking MVP. Wait, that was the guy who got drafted.
All right. Well, the big deal is tomorrow. The big deal is tomorrow. That's right. Jabari versus Banchero. Are you guys watching on ESPN tomorrow night as the Rockets take on the Magic? It's a big question of the night right there. Who's watching? Kenny, we'll start with you. It's your second team.
Yeah, I'll probably tune in, and I'll be messaging you the whole time. But apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about, so we'll wait and see.
Luke, see how the game's going.
Luke, I know it's programmed for you. You can be able to record it or watch it live, bud.
I'm actually watching the WNBA tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Good call. Lots of great WNBA action.
There is good WNBA action.
Like seriously, on a serious note, there's probably more people watching the Summer League than the WNBA, and that's sad.
Because it has been really good this year. Like
WNBA has been really good, actually.
So good, and WNBA Summer League Pass was $25.
That's what I'm saying.
The quality of gameplay is like
it's actually
I started
good.
watching. It's actually really good, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's really good.
Right.
I will say this: I'm excited for the NBA 2K23 covers. First 100 overall, Michael Jordan. Got to be hyped for it. I mean, it's Reg's game right there. I know he's commenting, so I know you're watching. But I am definitely watching the Rockets game. No bias, just it happens to be a good game. I'll just watch it. It's gonna be on the TV for sure. Rockets Magic, got to tune in. Steve, are you watching this game tomorrow?
What time does that start?
Let's just say 6 p.m. for you.
At 6 p.m. I'll probably be watching Stranger Things.
Oh my gosh,
we lost.
I gotta catch up, man.
We lost him. We lost him.
No more Obi-Wan, so we got to watch something.
Yeah, it was so good.
I'm watching Peaky Blinders. Absolutely love it. Catching up. Never seen it.
Unreal show.
I'm on season 3. Don't spoil.
I won't. Got you.
I think I'm gonna do the terminal list after I finish Stranger Things.
Oh, interesting. We'll have that conversation offline. Andrew, you watching this game?
No.
Oh, well, it's your loss. All right, last topic of the night, just for Kenny. We started with the Lakers. We got to end with the Lakers. Miles Bridges and Lakers and early combos right now. We are getting reports that, of course, the Lakers are trying to find talent somewhere. And so
he should never play in the NBA again. He should never play for the Lakers.
Photos of his
should
wife?
Never play for any team ever again.
Dude, how do you let that? If Ray Rice is kicked out of football forever, after seeing what Miles Bridges did to his wife and the photos that came out, that guy should never play another quarter of basketball.
Okay, so I must have missed something then. Apparently, I've not been on Twitter.
Oh
yeah,
you need to go look into it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Well, I feel like
bad.
this is a conversation for after the show.
Yeah.
dude.
I just thought
Twitter
if any team's
search will
going to do it,
prevent
that's
the
just desperate if you go that route. So
No, if they sign Miles Bridges, I refuse to cheer for the Lakers moving forward.
Oh God,
I refuse.
Any team that goes
like there's zero reason why you should be a fan of a team that would support that. So I'm out. If that's where they're going, like I'm out. I can't.
Like
do
I
it.
even have a problem. I have a problem myself with Deshaun Watson, and that guy is still going through whatever he's going through, and there's no real photo, anything. There's, you know what I mean? And I'm still having a hard enough time seeing him on a football field. I cannot imagine Miles Bridges touching a basketball court in the NBA again.
Yeah, that would be an absolute disgrace.
Because I was a huge fan of Bridges when he was at Michigan
So was
State.
I. Fucking
and the fact that
unbelievable.
Don't go there.
Yeah, the Texas organization, that's a shit show.
Absolutely step in and from playing in the league.
Veto any sort of signing for this guy.
Absolutely agree.
He's not going to do a damn thing. It's up to the team. It's up to the owners.
Before we go to the BCMG guarantee and everybody gives us their locked-in picks of the week, we are going to show why you should join Blue Collar Media Group. Check it out.
Find the video.
Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday.
I'm your host, Andrew Kahn. This is the Boomtown Pod.
Add into the Lab Pod is where you're watching today's stream.
Stuck him!
It is Blue Collar Game Day. I am your host.
Oh my God, I got a kill! Yes!
Welcome to episode 277 of the official Butthole Podcast. Got it.
Beautiful.
Better together.
Better together.
We're better together.
Better together.
Better together.
I have very much breaking news right now for Kenny Cotterell. Kenny, the new video is second in line to put you in, and you're going to be part of this new Better Together video. Congratulations. We're excited. That's going to be coming up probably in August. All right, so let's go right to our BCMG guarantee. That's right. Guaranteed picks of the week. We're going to parlay some wonderful bets. I'm going to go first. We're taking Houston Astros on the road against the Athletics on Friday. That's the game we're saying to block. And Moneyline Astros. If you haven't really been pounding the Astros the last few weeks, you've been missing out because there's been some stellar money and some awesome wins for the Houston Astros. Except for tonight. They're down 5-1. All right, so let's move on. Andrew, what's your BCMG pick and guarantee?
Yeah, we're gonna fast forward to Saturday. We got a little UFC fight night. I got Rafael dos Anjos versus my boy Fiziev, but I'm gonna go with Rafael dos Anjos at plus money because he's an absolute warrior, former champion, plus 210. I like it. So give me Rafael dos Anjos Saturday night UFC fight night.
We got Astros. We got dos Anjos. Let's go to the General. General, what do you got?
I got nothing for you. I can't tell someone to get Red Sox. I can't guarantee Red Sox win with the way that bullpen is right now. So yeah,
So
I got nothing.
who's playing the Red Sox tomorrow?
No idea.
Let's find out and let's put the money line on them. Kenny, who you got?
Rafael Nadal plus 127 to beat Nick Kyrgios tomorrow in Wimbledon
Love it.
semifinal.
Love it.
At all. Fritz should have won that match. Fritz should
I
have won the
love
match.
it.
I
Nadal,
love it.
Nadal Djokovic final. It's incoming.
All right, we're
Single
putting
pass.
Nadal on the ticket. Just Luke, who you got?
I don't have anything. Come
The odds of him
prepared.
opening up that
you know.
dog bag. fucking
But
today.
I'll tell you this. Whatever the over-under is on Gronkowski's games before he comes back, I'm going to take the under.
Also, hey, Ernest, if you need to add another one to the
Yeah, I
ticket,
need one more.
Novak Djokovic to win at minus 1430. So
Oh my God.
really great value there to throw in there.
Gosh.
That throws the number up. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes my plus 127 to plus 142. So significant value being thrown.
All right, guys, that is the
You
show
can find those
tonight.
picks at the Competitive Hedge Podcast.
That's our show tonight. We appreciate you guys sticking around. Again, Plus Walker, Reginald Huggins, future segment on ITL. Super Happy Ultimate, talking about and debating topics once a month here on ITL.
I got one for the crew. What's the over under that fucking Luke figures out how to open up this dog treat bag by the end of this episode?
Listen, we have to open up
5
things
minutes.
right to left.
If there was ever
right
a time for a fucking mute, found it.
That was
No.
Yeah, we just let the town keep going.
Oh,
well played.
Finally,
guys. Well played.
we're all
Luke, why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Not on this show anymore. I mean, just ignorant people on this show. I tell you what, I'm trying to clean up and have a good house, and this
He's
is what
gonna
I get.
rip his shirt.
Absolutely. Oh, Canada, fuck me, I guess. All right. You can find me on Twitter at King of nope, that's not it. KORT82, and you can find me in Regina, Saskatchewan in September.
Woo!
At a Riders game on Friday night.
Wow.
I'm so desperate for football. I'm flying to Canada to see football.
Yikes.
Yee.
Buddy.
Yee.
Yeah, well, I guess that since I'm in fucking HD here, that means I'm signing out. So, with that being said, yeah, you guys can check me out at the Boomtown Pod, all things MMA. You can check us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just did a podcast tonight, did a live stream, have the audio for you guys out tomorrow. I do want to say just a quick, a little, my heart's going out to, last week I had Smiling Sam Elvey, UFC light heavyweight fighter. He came on the show. His daughter this past week actually was having some health issues, so I just wanted to send a big prayers out to him. She's only 5 weeks old, so he is only 5 weeks old, so thoughts going out to his family, and I hope everybody's okay on that aspect. And thank you for tuning in last week, guys. We did 1,700 views, so that was awesome.
Sweet, and appreciate that message, of course. Hearts go out all the way from BCMG to ITL to Canada, of course, of all things. All right, Kenny Cotterell, back on ITL. Tell people where they can find you.
I don't know why you even say back on ITL. I'm here every goddamn week just holding things down.
That's true.
You can check out all my stuff at Compedge Pod. Plenty of losing parlays, plenty of losing player props. We're in the dog days of summer.
Not a lot going on, boys.
The light
PGA,
is very
baby.
far into the future as far as betting goes. But we got some golf tomorrow, so golf card went out earlier today. Ernest, thanks for having me on. Andrew, thanks for showing up. Steve, thanks for staying awake. And Luke, thanks for muting finally.
All right, my co-host for season 3. That's right, Steve the General Reisner, making his reappearance on the show. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me. It's right there at Reisner_Steven. And you can check me out live at 12 o'clock Eastern Time on Sundays on all the Blue Collar Media Group channels, talking about whatever the fuck I decide to talk about.
That's what I like about Sundays.
Literally.
It's a good show.
Love it.
It goes all over the place.
Fucking random, and that's why I love it.
Head into that pod is where you're watching tonight's episode, powered by the Mothership Blue Collar Media Group. Very excited to have everybody here. I'm your host, Ernest Silva. You know what, guys? Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you for being awesome supporters and for all the listens and views that you guys give us. The Pandora box of fantasy football has officially been opened. We are going full fantasy football mode. No more hypotheticals. It's all in the books. We're going to start going over quarterbacks next week and talking about those potential things. Tua, top 5, top 2. I have no idea.
QB2 question mark?
In a 2 QB league?
First headline. But we thank you guys for everything and guys for your support. Hope you guys have a great week and good luck on that BCMG guarantee parlay. Have a great one, guys.